Hello, Blastix and Equestron back again for some more tier list stuff, and this time we're doing what'll most likely be another hour and a half list of 500 plus RPGs. Now, I'm pretty sure the collectiveness of both of us have at least heard of half of these, if not beaten at least a quarter of these.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot here that I'm familiar with. Actually, there's more here that I'm familiar with than not, but there are still like a lot that I haven't played or maybe will never play just for various reasons.
Yeah. I think the term RPG is a bit loose in this list's sake, but I do recognize a lot of RPGs on here. So I guess let's get started with what is this? Four Goddesses Online Neptunia.
Yeah, it's like Mega Dimension into your Four Goddesses Online. I played like at least half of it. I have like a lot of the Neptunia games in my library. But judging by that half I've played, I'd probably put it in the high C tier. Like it's not terrible, but it's not great. I mean, I don't think any of the Neptunian games are like above B tier, but uh, the Four Goddesses Online, it just feels like just like a I don't want to call it like a toned down version of Senran Kagura's gameplay, which is interesting considering that they do have a Senran Kagura Neptunia game. But it just fine. It just perfectly average. It's entertaining enough, but not as entertaining as other games in the series.
I believe I own a majority of the Neptunia games as well. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
have. I have 10 of them.
You're right.
I think there's like 12 of them by now, but yeah.
Yeah, I think there's probably like more than two handfuls.
All right. I don't recognize this one.
No, I don't. It's like Dragon 3 or whatnot.
I think it's like Seventh Dragon something.
Yeah, but probably haven't played and will never play.
This one looks pretty old. Dungeons and Dragons game, Pool of Radiance.
I've never played like a video game version of Dungeons and Dragons. I've always just played the tabletop stuff.
I've been meaning to play tabletop, but the schedules for anybody who's wanted to play hasn't lined up, and B, I haven't been able to gather like a group of people who's really like dedicated and wanted to do something. So maybe you can introduce me.
Yeah.
What is this? Argrist of War 2?
Yeah, looks like the next three games are Argarist or War games. I probably will never play those.
Yeah, probably not. What is this?
Alliance,
Alive?
Alliance Alive. Never really heard of it, so I'll probably never play it.
Ah, finally a franchise we both recognize.
Yeah, is that a Tales game?
This is The Legend of Heroes Trails to Azure, the sequel to Trails into Zero, which will be coming out later this year.
Well, I'll probably under haven't played it, but want to.
Yeah, we both pretty much have to do that until they both get localized. But yeah, as you'll see
Yeah,
later down the line, we're both big Trails fans.
yeah. I don't know what that is. Probably just put it under haven't played, but won't. Uh,
Art,
so,
Kokali,
then just put the following three on the haven't played and never will play.
have you ever played this one?
No. Looks like they're Arc Lad games. I've never played them. Probably won't.
Arcana?
No. Now there's a whole bunch of Atelier games. Uh, I haven't played any of them except for Ryza.
Where is it?
It's the first one on the second row. That one.
Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the rest of these. You tell me about that one.
Uh, yeah. It's like have you ever played the game?
No.
All right, so it's pretty much like a turn-based RPG, but at the same time you're like making potions and spells and whatnot, and while making friends and trying to defeat evil. It's fun. I actually had like a really good time playing it. I would probably put it in like the high B tier. And it's a gameplay style that's been copied a lot because the people that made it, their name is Gust, and they kind of copy and paste a lot of their gameplay styles in different games. Like there'll be a game on this list called Blue Reflection, which kind of plays the same as Atelier games, and also they also made the recent Fairy Tale video game, which plays the same as the other two, as the following games. Like, but they're fun. They're good games, but they're not above B tier.
Yeah, I have it on my wish list. It was recommended to me.
Mm-hmm. And they made a sequel to Ryza, which I have, but I haven't gotten around to playing it yet.
Then it should be somewhere in here.
I don't think it is. I looked around for it, but it's not there.
We have Baldur's Gate.
Probably will never play it.
I don't know what this is.
Yeah, probably will never play it.
No.
Nope.
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne.
That's going into haven't played want to because I think it'll be my best case scenario in getting to the Dark Souls series. It's the easiest one as far as I've heard.
Yeah, well, actually, the easiest one is Elden Ring.
I'm sure that's.
But Bloodborne, it's a good game. I'd probably put it in the high B tier just because I haven't like beaten it, and also like I'm not very good at FromSoft games, but I think in terms of atmosphere and gameplay and story, it's good. But with most FromSoftware games, there's always like that point where I'm just like I don't want to deal with the difficulty anymore. I'm going to play something easier, but I'll probably get back to it eventually. But yeah. I think as of now, it'd probably be a high B tier. Blue Dragon, I didn't play enough of it to have an opinion of it, so yeah, just keep it in haven't played. Blue Reflection, I would be like low B.
Oh, you've actually played it?
Yeah, I played it. I actually 100%ed it. I got the platinum trophy for it.
So how was it?
It's another Gust game. So it has like that typical Gust play style. It's about a girl going to a new school, and she meets like these two other classmates, and they end up forming like some sort of like trio of magical girls to fight evil and stuff. It's fun. It has a kind of like a very calm, like leisurely personality to it. That's like easy to pick up and play, and pleasant. The story is pleasant enough, and by the end of it, you're just like, yeah, that was fun. So yeah, it'd be in the B tier. I mean, I don't know what Boot Heroes is.
Now we're gonna
Mario. Yeah, you go ahead with that one.
Oh, you never played this one?
I never played it.
Okay. Bowser's Inside Story is probably regarded as the best of the Mario and Luigi games.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. It might not have some features that future games in the franchise have, but I still regard it as the best one in the franchise because of the writing, the story, the characters, and the gameplay all just coming together in one very good package.
I'm surprised it's considered a RPG, so it has RPG elements like leveling up and all that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
It's essentially the well, not the opposite, but a parallel to what Paper Mario used to be. Whereas that was more whereas you can dodge attacks in Bowser's Inside Story, you have to guard, you have to defend yourself in Paper Mario. You can't dodge attacks in that game unless you have a partner or like some special badge.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, like Starlo was a good addition because of her quirky nature. Bowser essentially being like it's just like But I will say this: if you want to play the game, don't get the Bowser Jr.'s Journey version on 3DS. Just get the original on DS.
Mm.
Because that one adds a pointless other mode and doesn't even add and the thing that people wanted it to add, which was like a save anywhere feature, they didn't do that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't sound great.
I mean, I guess if it goes on sale for like half off or something, then maybe get it, but it's definitely not worth full price. Just get, if you want the original, that's worth full price.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Now we get into all the games that have the word Brave in them.
Well, quite a couple of Brave games. Never played Brave Story. I want to play Bravely Default and Bravely Second. I hear they're really good, and I was hoping that Bravely Default was going to be ported over to the Switch before Bravely Second came out, but it didn't. So I was like, okay, never mind. Or actually, Bravely Default 2. So
yeah,
I was hoping that those two games would be ported over to the Switch. I mean, I could just get them on the 3DS, but they probably cost a lot right now.
and now we get into a franchise that I've heard of and I eventually want to play.
Oh, Breath of Fire.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about Breath of Fire, so we'll just put at least the first 3 in here.
Yeah, the only one I heard wasn't very good is the last one that's on there. That one.
Okay, Caligula.
Nah, never played it.
Child of Light, a Ubisoft RPG on a lot of consoles that I want to play, but I just have never had the chance to.
Okay.
I wonder, is that other game on here too? Wait, why is Dust and Elysian Tale not on here?
I don't know. Maybe it's just they don't. Maybe the person who made this list hasn't played themselves, or maybe they don't consider them RPGs. Who knows?
If Castlevania Symphony of the Night is on here, then that's a contradiction.
It's not on there.
Okay, I thought Child of Light was like Symphony of the Night. Yeah, whatever. Children of Mana.
Never played it.
Yeah. Now here's one, Chrono Cross, which is...
Chrono Cross and Chrono Trigger are on the list of haven't played but want to.
Yeah, Trigger is famous for obvious reasons, but Cross is coming back into the limelight in a little bit because it's going to be getting some kind of definitive edition coming shortly.
Oh, it came out. It's already out.
Really?
Yeah, it's readily available. It's just that people are not completely happy with it.
Wait, really? Why?
Well, they just said like the porting job is kind of haphazard. Apparently, there's a couple of censorship things that's in there. And it also just doesn't run very well. Like almost it runs pretty much like as well as it would on PlayStation, and not like how you expect it to run like on a Switch or something.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, but I do want to play it eventually, but not at the price that they're asking for at the moment.
Yeah, I might get it on sale, but yeah. Class of Heroes. I've never heard of this game.
Yeah, never heard of it, but I guess it was good enough to get a sequel, but never heard of it. We'll probably never play it.
Code Vein.
Code Vein. Now I played that. I played this I played it twice actually. I'm looking to play it a third time. I'd actually put it in A rank.
So like I'm curious about it. So pitch it to me.
Well, it's anime Dark Souls, but way easier. It's like it takes place in the God Eater universe. If you ever heard of that series,
No.
it's a pretty good series. But anyway, you're pretty much playing like a vampire who's going around fighting monsters and meeting friends along the way and trying to figure out like what's going on, why you're like this, why the world is like this.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
Just to suffer, all the good stuff. But it's a really good game. It has a great story. Like I love the way it looks. It has a very robust character customization. Like you can make some pretty wild things in there. And yeah, I just had a lot of fun with it. The reason why Like it's not like easy. It's not like you could just walk through an area and everything will be fine. But it is a lot more forgiving than a normal like Souls-like game because it gives you an AI companion that follows you around, and the AI companion can take a lot of punishment. And then there are some companions that you unlock later on that are like super strong, and then they can pretty much help you carry the game for, and it all allows for online co-op. So if you have that along with the AI partner, you're pretty much unstoppable.
Yeah.
So and yeah, I think because of that more accessible nature to it, I had a lot more fun with it than any from Software or any other Souls like I've ever played, and I really hope that this game gets a sequel.
Is it on like PS5 and stuff?
Well, it's like it's PS4 backwards compatible. It's on Xbox One, PC. So pretty much like all the good consoles.
Hmm.
And I mean, on if you have, yeah, I don't know if the sale is still going on, but I remember hearing about a sale earlier that where it was like $17 to buy it or something like that. But you can still find it fairly cheap, like elsewhere, like $20, or if you even go on like eBay, you can probably find it for like $15.
Oh, I see. I see. I think I see the sequel. There's a second light game.
Oh yeah, that's for Blue Reflection, yeah.
Yeah. I'll at the very least give a chance to the original. What
Yeah.
was the other one?
Atelier Ryza.
Atelier Ryza. I'm going on my PlayStation deals thing and just okay, add this, add this, add this.
add this. Equestron likes it. Let me check it out.
The reason why I'm holding Equestron's opinion in a high regard is because you introduced me to the Trails series.
Oh yeah.
And I pretty much consider that my favorite series of all time now.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny that I'm the one that introduced you to the series, but you're farther in it than I am.
Yeah, I've played the Sky trilogy as well as 3 and 4, and you haven't.
Yeah, it's like you played the entire Sky trilogy. You played the Cold Steel quadrilogy. Like so yeah, I'm like way behind. Even though like I like love the series, like I'm just thoroughly embarrassingly far behind on it.
I'm glad you said embarrassingly because I would have said it first. But yeah, we'll properly get into the Trail series further down the list. But let's go through this slog of games that either I've played, you've played, or neither. Starting with the games about sex.
Yeah, Conception never played it. Probably never will.
Yeah, based on they got an anime adaptation, which everyone was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Well, the anime adaptation is bad. I don't know how to feel about the games then. Comic Star Heroine, I've heard of it. I keep seeing box art, but I've never had an inkling to play it.
Finally a game I played. Costume Quest. Yikes. Since yours are all the ones right here, I need to judge this accordingly. I think I'll put this one in B.
Okay.
Because the humor is funny enough, and it essentially replaced Paper... Well, I've been trying to find that one Paper Mario replacement because of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, I did go back to Bug Fables briefly, but I still need to get further in that one. And that's not on here. Why the fuck is it not on here?
Huh, interesting.
Speaking of games like that are not on here, Super Paper Mario isn't on here either.
Oh, really? That's on the S area?
Yeah.
Huh. I see another Mario and Luigi game, but yeah, no Super Paper Mario.
And speaking of other Mario RPGs, Dream Team's not on here, which I'm kind of glad about.
even the person that made the list knew that it wasn't very good.
Yeah, and they put Partners in Time in here, but not that.
Mm.
Alright, moving on. Don't think you played.
No, haven't played that. Haven't played Cthulhu Saves the World. Heard of it, but never played it.
Same.
Baldur's Gate games, never played them. Dark Souls 2, I haven't played it, but probably want to at some point, depending on how I feel. Dark Souls 3,
Where's Demon Souls?
oh, it's a little bit ahead, because it's still in the same it's still in the same row. It's on the same row as Dark Souls.
Oh, there it is.
So,
Now that's the one that I want to play because it got a remake recently.
Yeah, and I played some of the remake of Demon Souls. But anyway, back to Dark Souls 2, 3 and 1. Probably put them in, haven't played but want to.
Yeah, I'm definitely putting Demon Souls and haven't played but want to because if they remade it, then they had to have fixed any potential issues that might have hampered it from not being good.
Not really, actually.
Well, maybe it was just good to begin with, and they just made it look really pretty.
Well, I mean that's pretty much what they did. But all the exploits that people can do in the original PS3 Demon Souls, you could still do it in the PS5 remake. The only difference is that the graphics are nicer.
That's actually really nice of them because if they're decent exploits, then there you go.
Yeah.
All right, Darkest Dungeon.
Haven't played it. Probably never will.
Dawn of Mana.
No.
The fuck is this?
Death End Request or something. Heard of it? Nah, I'm good. Deltarune. I'm not much of an Undertale person, so you could probably.
Yeah. Destiny Connect. TikTok
Nope.
Truckers.
Nah, I'm good.
Travelers. Okay. I'm not putting this. I'm putting this in won't, but I have something to say about Deus Ex because
What?
after the original Deus Ex, I think it was Eidos Montreal and Square Enix got their hands on this, and they made a sequel, which is technically actually a prequel called Deus Ex: Human Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
Which the reason why it's not on here is because it's less RPG and more stealth action.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not an RPG game, if it's not an RPG game, then I also love stealth action games. Like most of the Far Cry games, Deus Ex: Human Revolution, its sequel Mankind Divided, the Batman Arkham series, just stuff that focuses on you not being seen and you just owning everything that gets in your way.
Mm-hmm.
I've never played the original Well, I tried playing the original Deus Ex, but I really could not get past the tutorial. I was just so bored.
Yeah, I keep hearing it's a good game. I remember renting it when they ported it over to the PS2. But me being 10 or 11 at the time, I was like, I don't really care about this, and I just returned it because that's too complicated for me.
Yeah. If they ever were to maybe make a remastered collection of all the Deus Ex games for PS5, that'd be really nice because I think Mankind Divided and Human Revolution could use both graphical improvements as well as load time decreases.
Yeah.
I'm honestly shocked we don't have more remasters that decrease load times to show just how good the SSD is.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised myself.
I think it's because the console sales were a lot less than they were hoping for because of the chip shortages early on.
Right, of course.
They're still going on.
And it's still hard to find newer consoles. It's actually slightly easier to find Xbox Series X's online, but it's still super hard to find PS5s.
Yeah, I want to get a Series X next, but I'm not sure where I should look.
I would always I would hear Walmart would have some online or Best Buy or whatnot, but and whenever I click on it, I always get the opportunity to add it to the cart, but then I just kind of go, maybe later.
Yeah, because I have a lot of games stored on there, and I want to bring them over. My Xbox One is a slow motherfucker.
You're right.
Which is why I want the Series X. That way, it would not only be very quiet, but also very fast.
Yes, and it looks like a refrigerator, so it's cool.
If I get the console itself, I'm gonna get a mini fridge.
Nice.
I'm gonna get that mini fridge that looks like it and just confuse the fuck out of people.
That would be great. I recommend you do that.
All right. Anyway,
Devil Summer, nah, never. Diablo, man.
Yeah, I do highly recommend Deus Ex for anybody who loves stealth action. There's a lot of cool
You mean the Human Revolution and Mankind Divided ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's you get good rewards for being non-lethal and really stealthy. Like
Right.
if you're absolutely undetected and you don't kill anybody, or better yet, if you're like completely do not interact with anybody and are completely undetectable, you get really good bonuses.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good games. I played through some of them.
Yeah. All right. Digimon, we've never played. I'm pretty sure neither of you.
Digital Devil Saga. I have them. I just never play. I haven't played them yet, so I'd probably put them in. Haven't played, but want to.
That seems to be a lot of the games that I own. Have them, but have you not played them though?
Right.
Disco Elysium.
Probably. I'd probably put it in. Haven't played, but want to.
Yeah. This is Gaia.
I hear that's pretty fun, but I probably won't have much time to want to play it.
I might try it out, but I'd have to get a recommendation on which one to start with first.
Yeah. Divinity 2, don't have any inkling to play it.
I've heard good things about Divinity Original Sin 2, not so much the first one, so I'll probably start with that one.
Dragon Warrior. Yeah, just there's no Kung Fu Panda on there. Dragon Age 2. Yeah, I played the Dragon Age game. So Dragon Age 2, I'd probably put it in the high C tier.
Better than
yes, a little bit better than Four Goddesses Online. And then Inquisition, I'd also put in the C tier.
Lower.
No, still like a little bit better than Four Goddesses Online. The thing about Inquisition is that it, like there was like so much stuff to do in that game that I just got really bored with it and just stopped. I don't care enough about the story to want to finish it.
Yeah.
So I would consider it the weakest of the Dragon Age games. The Dragon Age Origins I'd put in A tier. Like that's just keep it there. Next. But yeah, I think that was a really good BioWare game, and actually got what's funny is that the game came out shortly after Mass Effect came out, and so I was expecting like Mass Effect like gameplay when playing it, and I was like, this is dumb. This is not what I was expecting, and put it away. But then when I went back to it, knowing what the gameplay style was like, I really got into it and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah, Dragon Warrior.
Yeah, no.
Actually, wait. I'm gonna put this one specifically in haven't played but want to because I've heard 3 is good. I've also heard 4 is good as well. Nothing on 5. I've heard 7 and 8 are good.
Okay. Yeah, like I have 7, I think, at home, but I just haven't gotten around to playing it yet.
They're on 3DS. They're remakes of the PS2 version, so I'll probably get that. Cool. Oh, and there's 5. I've heard good things about 5. Finally, one that I've technically played, Dragon Quest XI S.
Yeah, I played through some of it as well.
I need to get back to it.
Right.
Yeah,
I probably put it in want to.
Yeah, that. Well. Yeah.
I'm only like a few hours in, so I can't really have much like a super opinion.
I completely agree. I'm not far enough in to have an opinion on it, so I can't really say anything about it. Yeah, original Dragon Quest, original Dragon Slayer. Fuck that. Wait, no. Wait, Dragon Slayer. That's the original game from Legend of Heroes, isn't it?
I don't know, is it?
Yeah, that's the origin of the Legend of Heroes series.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I
Not
had
gonna,
no idea
still
that
not gonna
was
play it though.
Yeah, still not gonna play it though.
All right.
Dragon's Dogma. Haven't played it, but want to.
Oh,
Which
okay.
which which Dragon's Dogma, Dark Origins, and Dragon and the original. I mean, I assume they're kind of the same game, but might as well just keep them separate. Yeah. Want to play Earthbound at some point in time.
If they ever re-release it, well, no, they technically did re-release it again.
Yeah. Isn't it on like the Switch or something?
Switch Online, yeah, they recently
Switch
added
Online.
that and Earthbound
Yeah.
Beginnings.
Right. So I
Elder
haven't heard of
Scrolls
this game.
Arena, Elder Scrolls Online, Enchanted Arms.
Yeah.
I don't even get that. Yeah.
Enchanted Arms is actually a From Software game, but has nothing to do with like Dark Souls or anything like that. It's kind of like a standard RPG. But like I played through like a little bit of it when it launched on Xbox, but I didn't really play enough of it to have much of an opinion on it. So, but keep it on that bottom list. It's fine.
Yeah. Eternal Poison.
Nah, I'm good. That game's expensive too.
Eternal Sonata.
Haven't played it, but want to.
Let me check. Oh. Okay. Alright. Etrian Odyssey.
No.
Is it?
I know their gameplay style through the Persona Q games, and I'm not really interested in playing
Well, speaking
playing
of,
the yeah. I'm not really interested in playing through the genesis of that gameplay style.
you can tell this was before 2020 because Persona 5 Royal's not on here.
Right.
Evolution 2, Fable.
If I had a Dreamcast, I'd probably consider playing the Evolution games, but I don't. So
Maybe, yeah.
yeah. Fable. Uh, put Fable 3 and haven't played and don't plan to. And then put Fable 1 and 2 on C. Yeah, like low C. It's one of those like they're functional games, but they're not as good as what they're trying to sell them as. Fallout 2 probably will never want to play it. Fallout 3 I'd put an S.
Really?
Yeah, like I absolutely loved Fallout 3.
I'm putting it in A because I want to play it, but I only played like 20 minutes of it, but I didn't really get anywhere.
That's fine. So agreeing on a bell curve, A is still good.
All right, finally, I think we both played this one.
Yeah, I'd probably put that in B.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting
No,
it.
I don't think it's anywhere near as good as Fallout 3 or even New Vegas.
Okay, because it is a bell curve. I'm putting it in low A.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if you love it, that's great. Like
Yeah.
I personally just wasn't a huge fan of it.
I think the problem is that I played this game in the Fallout series first,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't really get used to how Fallout 3 and New Vegas work.
Right. No, that makes sense.
I guess it is because it's like the latest one. There's all kinds of mods,
Mm-hmm.
and the DLC was okay, not great,
Right.
but okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Fallout 76, I don't plan on playing it. Like if I wanted to, I'd probably put it in like trash or D tier. But I think C's fine.
If we were ranking it based on launch, it would be another trash.
Yeah.
But it slowly but surely climbed its way back out of the trash, out of F and into D.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's still not great, but at least it's functional mostly.
Yeah, if I could play 76 offline, then it would probably be in at the very least low C, but because it has to be online only, then it has to go in D. I really wanted to love 76. I kind of do, but not. But like, The problem with 76 is the fact that it had such a troubled launch, and it didn't have a lot of the features that really should have been there from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
That it just hampered the game, and it's trying to make up lost time. I'd argue Cyberpunk 2076 had a better launch than it.
Mm-hmm. 2077, unless you're being intentional about that.
Oh,
Or it's like
2077.
Or a year too early to be released.
Sorry, my dyslexia is acting up.
No, that's fine. I actually would have been fine. I actually would have been fine not mentioning it.
2076, 2077, 2070.
I wasn't sure if you were making a joke or not.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I might go back to it when I get my Series X because I want to see how much better it is with a better frame rate and such. But yeah, for now it stays there.
Mm-hmm.
New Vegas.
All New Vegas. I'd put that in A. I would argue about to put it in S. But when I played it on my PlayStation 3, I had a terrible time playing that on my PlayStation 3.
I recommend playing it on a better console then.
Yeah, like it was slow. It crashed a lot. I mean, I beat it. I was like, but it was technically like a mess on the PS3.
I'll put it below 3 for now until you can play it in better circumstances.
Yeah, but it is a great game. I was like, but maybe if I get a Series X and I'll buy like the 360 version or something and see if that's any better.
I have it on Steam, so maybe the Steam version would work if you had a good computer.
Right. Fortunately, I'm not computer literate.
And first Fallout goes in Never Play.
Yeah.
Fate Extra.
Yeah. Yeah.
Legend 1, 2, 3, Mystic Quest. Yeah, we're finally in the Final Fantasy deluge.
Yeah, there's a few of them I played in here, which is cool.
I'm gonna put Final Fantasy Tactics in Want to Play because it's been recommended to me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Same for Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah,
I own Remake. I just have not gotten around to playing it.
Like I am tempted to put Remake in S, but it's not a finished story, so I would personally put it in A, like a high A.
Edge of Time. Why the fuck are there so many? 3. Now I wanna try and base the original 6 on pixel remaster versions. I've never played any of them, but as we're gonna be ranking Persona 5 along with its Royal as a not so much a crutch, but just like a helping hand.
Mm-hmm.
I have never played any of the Final Fantasy games aside from 20 minutes of Final Fantasy VII, which is going immediately right next to its remake. What the fuck is that? Oh, Final Fantasy 2. What the hell's up with your text?
Yeah, they decided to be wacky about this one.
Whackity schmackity doo. Yeah, I've heard good things about 5. 6 as well.
Right.
Well, let's just put 4, 5, and 6 up here automatically. I've heard good things about 9. I'm curious.
Yeah, pretty good.
I'm curious about Final Fantasy 8, and
eight's all right.
I want to try it out using the remastered version.
Right.
I've heard good things about 10.
10 is good. I haven't played 10 too, though. Now, the 13 trilogy, I probably am alone, and not really alone, but in the minority, thinking that the trilogy is very underrated. So I'd probably put all 3 in A rank. And then 12 would probably be B.
I'll put them all in B because I don't think that they're as good as you think they are.
B for bell curve.
Probably. Well, no, it's probably that 13's the worst of the trilogy, and it just keeps getting better. Let's see, 12. What was 12?
That was the one. That was the one where they're trying to be like Star Wars for a bit, and it was the one with the bunny girl in it. And so, so by that definition,
All right, and I'll put 3 up here just because.
yeah. All right, so Final Fantasy 15, I'd probably put in a high B, even with all the DLC and everything like that.
Right.
I think it's a good.
Wait, wouldn't DLC make it better?
No, I was like, it's one of those. The DLC helps make the story a little bit more complete, but it still feels like stuff is missing. Or I think just by purely like needing DLC to make a game feel complete is kind of weird. Like just release it complete as it is.
Yeah. So
So it'd be in the high B rank, top of the B. Like it's still like a really good game. I platinumed it. I think it's really good. It's just not as good as the games above it. And like if anyone has never played it before, I recommend getting like the Royal Edition is what they call it now.
Oh, so
like
yeah,
the Royal Edition has like every single DLC that they made for it, apart from Episode Arden, which you can find for like a couple bucks anyway. And with all that, like it probably would be people could probably rank it higher. I think having to go through first playing the base game and then playing through the DLC, having to wait for DLCs to come out for it, I can't get it any higher than a high B.
Yeah.
B plus.
Yeah, looks like it's $34.99 naturally, and it can go as low as $17.49.
Yeah.
All right. OG Final Fantasy banished to the bottom. Let's go for something that's not banished to the bottom. Fire Emblem Three Houses.
S. I would put it in S rank.
I agree.
Like that's my. It's probably because it's like it was my first ever Fire Emblem game, but like I was totally down for it. Like I loved the turn-based strategy of it, and it was also, from what I heard, it was like a lot more forgiving than the other games. But I am playing Awakening right now.
Yeah, starting with Awakening, they added in the ability to just only temporarily lose access to your units.
And I'm just going. That's what makes it better.
Yeah, Awakening introduced retreating units where they just retreat until the next battle.
Right. So, but in terms of Three Houses, being my first exposure to the Fire Emblem games, I was like, okay, this is really cool, and I also really like the story. I like the routes. I like the characters.
Yeah, the only reason why I'd not put it in absolute best is because when you're trying to go for all 4, technically 5 routes, it takes a long time.
Yeah, because I was the Edelgrad route. Like took me like 8 hours to complete.
Yeah.
So times that by 5, then you got like a pretty long game.
Yeah, honestly, as somebody who still is trying to get through the Church of Saros one and is not even at the time skip yet, I have advice. Don't feel like you need to go through all the routes for all the bonus points. It would be okay if you did, but pace yourself because and of all the routes that I played, Edelgard is easily my favorite because I just it's basically what I feel like Conquest from Fates should have been. That would make more sense if you played Fates.
I have it. I just haven't played it yet.
Yeah. There's a lot of good boys and girls in this game. I don't think I really, aside from maybe Lorenz, I don't think I really hate anybody.
Yeah. Good game. So Awakening, I'm still like quite a ways into it, but I'd probably put it in like A rank.
Hmm. Yeah, it saved the franchise and added the romance stuff, which is really good.
Mm.
And I know
Well,
Three Houses kind of downplayed that, but I'm okay with it.
what's funny about the romance routes in Awakening is that it kind of sneaks up on you a little bit. Like I had my character hanging out with a mage, and but then when we hit S rank, she's like, I want to let's get married. I'm like, hold on a second, girl. And so I had to go. I had to go back as a save and keeping her at A rank. Okay, I don't want to go to S rank.
Yeah, that's why that's why my advice for games like Fire Emblem Awakening and Fates is that before S ranking anybody with anybody else, evaluate how you feel about the character, and if it's for anyone but the main character, just evaluate how you think the chemistry is between two other characters before S ranking them as well.
Right.
I was I just play things by ear the first time, but I'm lucky to see like guides, well, not guides, but like videos on YouTube just showcasing exactly what the best ones are, and I was lucky to see those and be like, hey, I'm gonna try that out for my next playthrough, whenever that is.
Mm-hmm.
And now for
The classics. So I probably will never play the classics just because of the unforgiving system that it has.
yeah, no offense to those.
Yeah, if they're dead, they're dead, and I'm like, no, I'm good. I want to keep everybody alive.
Actually, wait a minute. I think this is the only one that. Wait. Yeah, because this becomes Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia.
Mm.
Because that's not already on here. So I'll just rank that as. Because I played SOV,
Mm.
and that was a really great return to form after Fates kind of got a bit derailed.
Mm. Yeah, Fates is one of those, like, I haven't played but want to play it. I downloaded them from the eShop, so I have all the routes on there.
Do you have all the DLC, all the routes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm putting it in low A tier because I still think it's a great game.
Mm.
I understand why people are upset at the story, at Corrin, at the other characters, but I really love this game.
Mm. I heard, like, one of the main things that people don't like about it is that the American version censors a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, and because no more head pats. So I was like, come on, man.
Yeah.
What? I can't use my stylus for head patting? That's lame.
Yeah. Now we move on to Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn, two games that I hope get like the Echoes treatment and become like Fire Emblem Echoes, the Radiant Duology or something.
Mm. Yeah, like I would see those at at retro game stores I go to, and they cost a lot of money.
Yep. I do hope that they come out at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, Hercules! Alright, Golden Sun.
I never played it.
I'll put the first one on here and the other one's not. Randia.
Yeah, I haven't really had an inkling.
Crown
Lancer?
No,
yeah. Yeah, I never even heard of that series.
A tongue twister, that's what it is.
Gun.
Alright, dot hack.
Yeah, put those three, the GU games, and haven't played but want to. Luckily, I have the PS4 version of it. And then dot hack infection, I would put it in B, high B. Yeah, that's fine. and then I put the rest in. Haven't played but want to. I have them, and they were not cheap. Especially the last one. Okay, so the Neptunia games. These aren't counting their PS Vita remakes because at least the 3 games that are there have been like ported over to like Vita, and also I think maybe V's on the PS. No, they're on the Vita now. I just put them in B, all 3 of them in B.
Wait, Mark II. Wait, what the fuck? Mark II, 5, and
Well, Mark II is just it just means like the second game. The third game is called I think it's like Neptunia V, and then the sequel is called V2. So it's like a really weird naming thing.
That's worse than Kingdom Hearts, and we're almost at that.
Kingdom Hearts. I never played Hyperdimension Noir. The gameplay style didn't really appeal to me, so that's why I probably want to play it. What?
Yeah, before we get to that, I'm gonna get a refill. I'll be right back.
Alright. Well, me too. Hold on a sec.
Oh god, it's so hot here.
And I'm back. Are you back? He's not back. He's dead. Hope not.
Alright, almost there.
We're probably not even halfway through the list.
Alright.
But that's because we have a lot of thoughts on things. I am Setsuna. Haven't played it, probably won't. It seems like a sad game.
I'll put it in there.
Yeah.
What is that? Elder Scrolls 2 Icewind?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Illusion of Gaia, I'm putting that in eventually. Indivisible.
I put it eventually.
Yep. I think I have like 3 versions of Indivisible. Physical for Xbox, I have it on PS4, and I think I have it on Steam.
Isn't there like one version that's more complete than another?
I don't know.
Okay.
Finally, we're at games that we can talk about again.
Yeah, at least a little bit. Kingdom Hearts 2, I'd probably put that in S.
I completely agree. And strictly speaking, we're talking about Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix on PS4.
Yeah, I mean, even so, I absolutely loved it when it was on PS2.
Yeah, but not only is the PS4 version in 60 frames per second, but the transformations are, I believe, near instant.
Mm-hmm.
And it has all the Final Mix content, including the Garden of Remembrance and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 358. I don't plan on playing it ever, but I've seen the story and it's very sad.
Yeah, it's like I watched the cutscenes.
Yep.
I have it on the DS, but I haven't. But I'm just like I'm happy with just watching.
Let's save 3 for a bit. Rechain of Memories. I might play the version on PS4, but probably not yet.
Like I played through most of it. I'd honestly put it in C, like low C, because I wasn't a fan.
C for a children's card game.
Yeah, C for card game. Like I wasn't really a fan of the card battle system, and I hate that I have to get through it to get like an important bit of story.
Have you played Dream Drop?
I plan on playing it.
Wait, where the fuck is Birth by Sleep?
Oh, you're right. Birthday by Sleep isn't there. But yeah, I plan on playing Dream Drop.
I played Dream Drop. I'm going to put it. No, it's at least a little better than Costume Quest. I'm gonna. Wait, why is 15 right? Oh, right, you. I can't imagine it being better than 15, so I'll put it here.
Okay.
No. Yeah. And I'm going to actually put Costume Quest at the bottom of B then.
That's fine.
I like Dream Drop Distance. I have not played it again since I beat it on PS4.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's honestly the only version that you should play.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of got confused with how the magic and everything worked because I wanted to use the balloon spells because I heard those were pretty powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to go back and play it again and really understand how it works.
Okay. So Kingdom Hearts, I probably put an A.
And we're of course talking about PS4 Final Mix.
Yeah, I probably played the first Kingdom Hearts the most out of all the ones I've played because I keep starting over with the first one. But yeah, I put it in A rank. It's a good game. I think it is better. It is better to play on the PS4 than it was to play on the PS2 because the PS2 you had to control the camera with the shoulder buttons, and that was very annoying.
All right. Have you played 3?
No, but I do plan on playing it. So I'll leave this one up to you.
This will be a bit controversial, I can already tell.
Okay.
Because
I hear people. I hear people think it's good. I hear people think it's bad. So.
Wait, no. Yeah, I think this works. Yeah.
Okay.
It's. No. Yeah. It was harder to go back to Fire Emblem Awakening than it was to go back to Kingdom Hearts 3.
Hmm.
That's what I'm basing this on.
Oh, okay.
I can go back to 3 easily. Awakening is not so easy to do because 3 is like an action RPG.
Hmm.
And I mean, I know, judging by this, yeah, we do prefer 2.5 Final Mix over this. I'd say the only reason why 3 is not higher is because it feels, I think because of the flow motion and that Sora is really floaty compared to his Kingdom Hearts 2 self.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why it's not any lower is because essentially of what happens after the final Disney World in the game, which I'm not going to spoil.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, from
Yeah,
that.
I do plan on playing the everything I've missed eventually. So.
Yeah, from that point on, all the way up until the very end of the game.
Mm.
And to be clear, like this list, I have not. I have not played Birth by Sleep as much as I should have, but I do
Mm.
plan to rectify that at some point.
Mm.
All right. Yeah. Knights of the Old Republic.
I put Knights of the Old Republic in B. Oh, I put that in A. Put the original in A rank. Yeah, that's fine. And then I put Knights of the Old Republic 2 in B. Like B is still like really good, but unfortunately, what holds it back is the fact that it's a very unfinished game. Like they cut like a lot of stuff out, like prior to
Unfinished, you
release.
say?
Yeah, yeah, they cut out like a lot of stuff prior to release, and so the game like literally feels like it just randomly ends, and you don't really have much of a conclusion. And people are just like, and I was just like, what? Like that's it? I never played that game.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have not played any of these.
Yeah, plan on playing Legend of Dragoon at some point.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Here's where some of the original Legend of Heroes games were.
Mm-hmm.
Historical significance.
I completely forgot that Legend of Korra had an RPG, but no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I did like the Platinum games, Legend of Korra game, but not really interested in playing the DS Legend of Korra game.
Legend of Mana.
Nah, I'm good.
Live Alive is getting a what is
A
it?
remake.
2.5 HD remake.
Yeah. I almost call that Live a Live. It's a prequel to Kill a Kill.
Yeah. Alright, and now we get to some more games that I played. I'm going to put I'm putting Superstar Saga up here because I have gotten pretty far in it, but I haven't finished it yet. If I were to prematurely give it a score, it would be high B, low A. But the reason why is because Paper Jam I'm still trying to debate about it, but maybe talking about it might help me decide. Paper Jam is my is probably my actually, you know what, this is actually a pretty good place for it because it pretty much has everything that made Bowser's Inside Story good. Well, are you okay? You're cutting in and out a little.
Oh, yeah.
You good?
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
Alright. Yeah, it has a lot of the things that made Bowser's Inside Story great, but I'd say the biggest positive and negative about the game is that it introduces Paper Mario. Positive because it adds a third party member to your battles, and that it makes like all those pretty fun because you can actually make clones and make attacks do a shitload of damage. Bad because of the integrated papercraft battles that take up 10 to 15 minutes of your time whenever they come up.
Interesting.
Like, if the papercraft battles were not in the game, then honestly, it would probably be an S tier. Like, the writing and humor is still on point. It's just that the papercraft battles is really the only big negative to the game, and yeah, like... Oh, and the final boss of Paper Jam is, like, one of my favorite final bosses in all of media. One of my favorite JRPG final bosses. I mean, yeah. And that just leaves Partners in Time. You might be thinking, isn't it a little too high? No, I think it's perfectly fine where it is. Partners in Time does drag in places, and switching out the like the bros point system in favor of making all your special attacks item based might have been not such a good idea, but I really do like the game, and I wish it got the remake treatment like Bowser's Inside Story did, because if it did, then maybe they could have fixed some of those issues and actually prevented Alpha Dream from going bankrupt. But instead they had to remake something safe. And even then it was a failure.
Never played Mary Skelter. Ooh, the Mass Effect games.
I'm gonna, at the very least, put the first one up here. And the rest of them are gonna stay in there.
Oh, okay. Don't want my thoughts on that?
What, you played them?
I played all three of them.
Really?
Yeah, the Mass Effect games.
Okay, then fucking get into it before I put them in the trash.
Alright, well, Mass Effect goes into A rank, because it's a great science fiction game. And the only unfortunate part is that it's a bit buggy, but the PlayStation 4 version has fixed most of that. Mass Effect 2 goes in the very, very top, the absolute best. That's like it's like the pinnacle of BioWare's RPGs. I think it improves everything about the first game and more, and it has a better story, has better gameplay and design.
Let me guess, Mass Effect 3 goes in B.
And Mass Effect 3 goes in B. It was saved by the extended cut, but it's still a B rank.
All right. Mega Dimension Neptunia 7.
It's B2, but haven't played but plan on playing it. Like I said, the naming conventions were very weird for that series.
If Morrowind ever gets a remake, I'll play it, but I doubt it. Mother 3, I have played part of it, but I still need to go back to it. And OG Mother is not.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. Mugen Souls.
Ni no Kuni.
Yeah.
Another game that I need to go and play.
Yeah, it's fine, and along with the second game. Nier Automata, I put that in absolute best as well. That's also like one of my favorite games ever. I really like the first Nier, but this one's like way better.
I really need to play it.
Mm-hmm.
I do have it finally, but yeah. And Measure Oblivion. Octopath Traveler.
I'd probably put that in B tier. Like it plays really well. It looks pretty. My only real issue with it is that the stories of the various characters aren't really connected all that much, and that's kind of a shame. I hear great things about Odin Sphere. Haven't played it, but want to. Don't plan on playing Okage. Probably don't really plan on playing P3P.
Yeah, we're finally in Persona and Paper Mario territory.
Yeah, you can handle the Paper Mario games. I've never played them.
Well, let's crown the ultimate jewel first. And we'll get into why that is in a moment, but for now... Yeah, so, sticker stars and utter trash to the shock of absolutely no one. Yeah, I don't think I really need to explain why sticker stars all the way down here.
I think that's a game that universally nobody liked, so I don't think anyone will really argue with you on that.
Yeah, Color Splash was a vast improvement over Sticker Star in writing, in gameplay, and it actually gave you a little bit of a purpose in actually battling things. The original Paper Mario is probably the best game on the Nintendo 64.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me kind of regret not getting the booster pack or whatever. It's the expansion pass. Because I really want to play it again. And Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door is one of the best RPGs ever made.
Cool.
What?
Oh, I was just saying cool.
Yeah, it essentially takes everything about the first Paper Mario and fixes all the issues, irons out all the kinks, and it just... it baffles my mind why they don't just release a Paper Mario All-Stars of the first 3 games on Nintendo Switch. Because if they did that, that would be the easiest money that Nintendo's ever made. Like, just everything about it is so much improved. Alright, Pathfinders. Nope. We're finally into the proper Persona stuff.
Sweet. Persona 2 and Persona 2 are... I'd probably play them eventually, but not right now. 3, I haven't played enough of it to have an opinion of it, so I'll just put it in. I haven't played 2.
I'm waiting on some potential Persona 3 Complete Edition that has the best parts of FES and Portable in it. I hope that is the case at some point, because I really want to play it and I really want to love it.
Yeah, it's like and with some of 4's improvements as well. Yeah, 4 I'd probably consider like the best, like best of the absolute best. Because it's probably because it was my first Persona game, but at the same time, like I'm just like, dude, like this was great.
Yeah, I can't really. Let's not get into 5 right now. Let's focus on 4 Golden, because I agree. And at some point this summer, I plan to finally play the PC version, because I kind of held off because I was waiting for it to eventually go on Switch.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. Golden is my favorite game on the PlayStation Vita.
Mm.
Not even Danganronpa 1 and 2 can come close.
Right, and it's like it's so weird that it's taking them so long to. It took them this long to put it on PC, but also like it hasn't gone to consoles yet, and so
I,
it's like easy money.
um,
Put it on
I,
there for $20 and you're good.
I'm confident that they're probably going to end up doing that before the end of this year. It's just
Mm-hmm.
that the with the advent of E3 not being a factor this year, they
Mm-hmm.
decided to switch gears and make it so that they're doing multiple game announcements individually. That way, I don't know,
Mm.
but I do.
It'll be nice.
I'm pretty confident that it will end up on the Switch and PS4 slash 5 this year at some
Mm-hmm.
point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure when, but it will.
Okay. Fingers crossed.
And speaking of games that I wish were on the Switch, let's talk about Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal.
Yeah, I mean, I personally would probably put it in S, but absolute best is fine too.
I'm the absolute best for this is strictly for Persona 5 Royal.
Yeah, I think like for me personally, I think Persona 5 and Royal are kind of like I think I probably mentioned this to you or probably mentioned this on Twitter. It's like Persona 5 Royal to me is just more Persona 5. And that's not a bad thing, but at the same time I don't think it really did anything much better than the first game did, than the first iteration of it did. But at the same time, more content is always welcome, and of course it introduced the world to uh, uh, Sumere. So I think we're good on that.
No, Marie was golden.
No, I said Sumere. You know, and
Sumire.
yeah, that's what I said.
Well,
Sumere.
spoilers for the game. I was just gonna call her Yoshizawa.
Yeah, Yoshizawa. Still,
Yeah,
introduce the world to Yoshizawa, and then that's not a bad thing either.
definitely. The reason why Royal is better, not just introducing her, but also um, giving us the opportunity to. Well, I didn't do this in my last playthrough, but apparently you can actually bring Futaba to the what is it called? The stupid like nightclub thing, and
Okay.
like on Sundays, and she can learn new abilities, which I'm shocked I didn't know about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm gonna do that on my next playthrough. But the big fix is for mementos
Mm-hmm.
because of what that kid does for you. The more
Right.
stamps you get, the more experience and gold you earn. And if you just keep on bashing through enemies using, I believe it's Ryuji's middle skill,
Mm-hmm.
you can just keep on earning infinite experience and money and just keep on leveling everybody up like crazy.
Mm-hmm. But I could probably say I platinumed both Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal. It was actually a lot more difficult platinuming Persona 5 Vanilla than it was Royal. Royal was actually surprisingly super easy
Yeah.
because the first game's trophy list having you listen to Futaba's like battle lines, like 250 unique battle lines, and that took me a few playthroughs to get through that. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I wish Q and Q2 were better.
Mm.
Well, for one thing, Q doesn't have English voice acting, which is already a big detriment. But
Mm-hmm.
both of the games are kind of just, I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't care enough about the gameplay and how it's structured to really care because, like, maybe the writing is good, but. And maybe the character interactions are nice, but it's just like. It's the fact that they play the way they do just makes them not really appealing to me.
No, I agree. I keep giving them a shot, but just the gameplay just doesn't have me.
Yeah. All right, we finally made it to another behemoth.
There's quite a few Pokemon games on there.
Yeah, and to clarify, when we're talking about like blue, for example, we're talking about red, blue, and yellow. Gold, silver, crystal, talking about Ultra Moon. We're talking about all of Sun, Moon's Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Yeah, except for Black and White, because apparently Black 2 and White 2 also get their own separate rent listing.
I've never played Black and White, so
Let's go in chronological order, starting with the very first generation.
Well, Blue, just by virtue of being like the very first, I'd probably put it in like A or S, honestly. It's like, but I think maybe in terms of like now, if I were to look at them now, they probably would be in B rank.
Yeah, their big contribution is that they started the franchise. Yeah, and because of that, I don't think they can get any higher. Let's see. Generation 2. Wait, no. Yeah. Oh, and we're also counting remakes because... if we're counting remakes, then maybe it goes a little higher.
What was the remake of Blue again?
There have been a few. First there was Yellow.
Okay.
And then there was... Yellow was technically just like a third version. Then there was the Fire Red and Leaf Green versions.
Okay. And
then there was the Let's Go games.
Okay.
No. There we go, yeah. The reason why I'm putting that up here is because of Fire Red and Leaf Green, as well as Let's Go Pikachu. Because I really like that game. It's not that great, but it is pretty great. Yeah, and for Gen 2, let's just say I have much higher opinions of these.
Okay.
Wait, no. Hold on. Yeah. Because of Heart Gold and Soul Silver being so good. Yeah. Yeah, Heart Gold and Soul Silver do a lot for the games. Following Pokemon's back, and the music. Oh my god, the music of Heart Gold, Soul Silver is so good. Well, the Pokemon catching opportunities and everything about it's just very nice. Sorry, give me a second. I thought I wasn't sick anymore. Oh. Or like have allergies. Ruby and Sapphire includes both Emerald and the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire remakes. Which is why it's an S, because Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are my favorite Pokemon games. Because not only does it make traversing through the waters of Hoenn a lot easier, but also adding so many catchable Pokemon. Not to mention having Mega Evolution and Primal Reversion. Like, both are my favorite things about... are my favorite mechanics of Pokemon ever. Like, Mega Evolution is my favorite mechanic of Pokemon. And the fact that they added a few more for this game and everything that came along with it is just glorious. Ugh. Let's see, Gen 4. This, of course, includes Diamond and Pearl, as well as Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'd say neck and neck with Heart Gold, Soul Silver, because I really love the Diamond and Pearl remakes.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, they might not have done too much to differentiate themselves from the original versions, but I feel like the HM. Oh my God, my nose. This is insane. Yeah, they might not have done as much to it as Platinum did, which is also why it's pretty high. But well, Platinum is the reason. But yeah, what am I trying to say here? The fact that they essentially got rid of HMs and just like freed your team up to do all that stuff, and it made just navigating the Sinnoh region go faster than the original games, as well as fixing how fast the battles go. That is also a good change. Because and that honestly pisses me off that people think that they're essentially the same games when in reality they are better. Not much better, but they are better.
Mm-hmm.
Platinum may have fixed a few things, but they did not. But Platinum didn't get rid of HMs. Well, make HMs more workable, and they didn't also make battles as fast as they are in Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl.
Mm.
It just baffles my mind when people just say they're not different at all, because they are.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah. Anyway, enough of my vitriolic spitting, both vitriolic and otherwise.
Figuratively and literally.
Yeah. Let's put Pokemon Black right here, and we're gonna put Black 2. Yeah. Black and White's story is the best part about it. The originals.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what. And like the gameplay is an improvement over Gen 4 original. It's faster. All the Pokemon. Oh, for fuck's sake! What the fuck is up in my nose today? Holy shit! Hold on. What, did Digimon give me a Digivirus or something and I can't talk about Pokemon? Okay. Pokemon Black. It improves on the battles of Gen 4, making them faster and allowing you to actually see the complete backs of Pokemon, and has them do idle animations while in battle as opposed to being just static images.
Hmm.
Which is good, but they kind of simplified that for the games that went 3D, which we'll get to with X and Y.
And it's kind of why I'm okay with waiting for a black and white remake. It, which can I say for the record, I honestly feel like it's a little too soon for Scarlet and Violet.
What was that, like the
Gen,
rumored?
no. They're the fully, completely real Gen 9 games.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they got announced like a few months back.
Hmm.
When everyone thought it was the Detective Pikachu on Switch announcement finally, it turned out to be the next generation of games. Oh my god, my sinuses are a joke today. Okay. And while there were improvements, my vote for best Gen 5 game will always be Black 2 White 2. Because whereas the originals excel in story, Black 2 White 2 excels in literally everything else. Ugh. The music is better. The Pokemon selection is better. There's the Pokemon World Tournament that allows you to go up against past gym leaders and champions. There's the I forget what it's called, but you can essentially run your own alley type shop place, and you can sell products and such, and it's a pretty addicting thing. Oh, for fuck's sake, my nose. You were able to make your... oh, God. Hold on, give me a second. Okay. As punishment for me not getting my rear end gear and actually getting to the fucking point, I'm gonna eat one of these, like, new Warheads Cubes candies. Yeah. Because these things are supposed to, like, they're the under Warheads, so they'll be very sour. Alright. Woo! Okay, yeah, so it has all the battles and such. Oh, God. Yeah, so it well, like, it doesn't really, like, make the battles any better, but who you fight against with the Pokemon World Tournament and the handful of new gym leaders, it's just a better time overall. That wasn't too sour at all. What the fuck?
Lies.
I wanted to punish myself.
Well, you can always try the hot sauce challenge.
Yeah, no thanks. Not yet, anyway. Yeah, maybe if we meet up in person, but no. Alright, Gen 6. Well, more accurately, just X and Y. and the and yeah. X and Y introduced Mega Evolution, and you got a free Lucario at Karina's gym, and Karina herself. And that's the only 3 positives about the game. Everything else kind of sucks.
Yeah.
You're able to dress yourself up. It's better done in Gen 7, so yeah. Speaking of Gen 7, if we were solely making this about the Ultra games, it would probably go down here too.
Okay.
But if we're grading it based on all that stuff, I'm going to put it here. Because the story of the original Sun and Moon is pretty freaking good. And the only thing that really hampers down... Well, no. I wouldn't say hampers down, but... Okay, have you played any of these Pokemon games?
I played Y. Oh, probably played X, and then I probably played Moon.
Yeah, you talk about Moon. I'm gonna try and clean out my sinuses.
I mean, it was during that time where I was kind of like in and out of Pokemon. Where I would just buy the games, just try them out, and it's good. The traveling aspect is fun. I like going around, but like eventually I get to the point where I'd be like, yeah, I'm like I like the gameplay, but it's not enough for me to keep going. But I don't think any of the games I've played for Pokemon are bad. It's just like not enough to hold my interest. But there's still a couple here that are enough to hold my interest, like Pearl, and then we'll get to one eventually that hasn't been picked yet. But that got a lot of hate back when it first came out, but I personally enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's fine.
All right. Sun and Moon had a really good story. It still has Mega Evolution, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's post game. But anyway, regardless, one of the best champion battles of the series. And them using trials instead of regular gym battles was interesting. But after one game of that and then going to do it again was not a good idea. And I'd say Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon were probably the worst, technically third versions we've ever had. Because the story was compromised from it, and because of that, that's a big no-no in my book. Which is why it's not higher than Black and White, or even right next to it. And the gameplay kind of got sacrificed a little bit too. Yeah. Now, before we go on to the obvious one, we'll go to Coliseum first. You never played that?
Played Stadium. I never played Coliseum. I assume the gameplay loop is kind of the similar.
Yeah, kind of. Well, no. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. That would probably go... Yeah. It does make me like... Oh, sorry. XD makes me wish that they would revisit the GameCube games and remaster them, because I feel like XD could really be a very good time if they went back and did that. It has a lot of potential, and I really wish they would see that. It was fun and everything. All right, Sword.
Yeah, I'd probably put it in yeah. I mean, I personally enjoyed it. But
there's a few big problems with Sword. The story being one of them. And to be clear, for me, this is coming from the perspective of a person who has not gotten the DLC yet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I got the DLC and I was able to have like a like a Sinnoh-Cat Pikachu following me around, I might bump it up to C, but because of that, along with not having all the Pokemon available to you, as well as the story being just like, my god, it's bad. I can't rate it higher than a D. What do you have to say for this game's defense, then?
What do you have to say for yourself? Well, I personally hadn't played a Pokemon game in a while, so this was like my first time coming back to it for Switch, and honestly, just I didn't really have much expectations other than hearing that more people like yourself were super happy with the game because of its roster and lackluster story, if that, but so I just kind of played it with like very little in the way of expectations. And I personally just fun. I got to the end of it, and by the end of it, I was like, yeah, that wasn't a great. I wasn't like, oh my god, I can't wait to play like every single minute of it. But also I was like, I was reasonably entertained.
Like,
Felt like I spent my money all right.
like for games like Pokemon X, where I don't really like as many of the characters, comparing it to Sword, where I like 3 characters compared to X's only 1 character that I really care about, it makes me spit in disgust. Okay, I'm kidding. It makes me realize that the game, it makes you realize that the story is just so bad, and most of the characters are just so bad that I really can't make up for it. Not to mention, X has Mega Evolution, and this game does not. It has Dynamax and Gigantamax, which are, if they tried to recapture the magic of Mega Evolution again, but it just wouldn't work. Now, if we were able to add in Legends Arceus, that would probably go somewhere in S tier.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. That's a good one.
Yeah,
I think that's the one game that people can agree. At least one modern Pokemon game that people can agree was like, oh, that was actually good.
Yeah, I'd say that it's definitely a good step in the right direction for Scarlet and Violet, even though I think those 2 games are way too early.
I mean, honestly, they could just use the gameplay style of Legends going forward and just add in more trainers to battle.
I mean, that's probably what they are going to do for Scarlet and Violet, but the reason why I say it's a little too early is because I feel like they were probably banking on Legends Arceus being a good game in people's eyes, and because of that, they're essentially forcing it so that way Scarlet and Violet are going to be like the next part of the series, and just incorporate that as the main thing. I'm not saying that it was a bad idea. Probably a very reckless idea. It might pay off, it might not, but I really hope that they don't do this often. Yeah, but enough about games we've actually played, and let's move on to a whole shitload of ones we haven't.
Yeah. Maybe Renaissance of Fate, but that's about it.
I'm gonna put Rune Factory 3 up here because I do want to eventually play that. I have the DS version, and I want to play that properly soon. And I want to play the Switch version of 4 at some point soon.
but not those.
I do eventually want to play the old version of Sakura Wars. I just need to find it. It's just hard to find. So put that in haven't played but want to play.
And I've played the new version of Sakura Wars.
I played that too.
What would you put it?
Probably like low B.
I'd say mid B actually.
I had a good time with it. I just think I was like my kind of problem with it is that the story kind of wants to lean you into one romance option when the player wants to pick something else.
I mean, we could argue that's honestly a problem with the Trail series too.
Yeah, that's also a problem with the Trail series, but the Trail series also has strengths to it that help overcome that narrative weakness.
Yeah.
Sakura Wars doesn't have that same advantage.
Yeah, and you're not wrong. My first playthrough, I went with the tomboyish red-haired character.
Yeah, me too. Because I was like, oh shit, yeah. Got a fang and everything.
And yeah, it was nice, but she didn't get nearly enough romantic focus for me to really feel super satisfied with it. It's a good game. It's just not great.
Right.
And plus, there's one very prevalent question that I have to ask here. Why the fuck is it on an RPG list?
Yeah, it doesn't really count as an RPG, does it?
It's more like an action game.
Yeah, it's like an action game with like
visual novel
of simulator stuff.
Yeah,
you
don't.
It doesn't really count. It doesn't really count as an RPG.
Yeah, you don't level up in the game.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe because the first Sakura War games was more close to RPG, so they figured the second one was close to it as well.
Maybe.
Shadow Hearts, the Shadow Hearts Covenant, and From the New World. I put that in games I haven't played but want to. And then I put the original Shadow Hearts in A rank.
You've actually played it?
Yep. The PS2 game. It's a spin-off of another game that they made for the PlayStation called Kudelka, which is like a super obscure RPG. But I played that first, and I was a big fan, so I played Shadow Hearts. It's also really good. It has a very, very interesting battle mechanic where when you pick an attack, like a wheel comes up, and you have to hit certain marks on the wheel in order to get the attack more as the most effective. But so it's a bit tricky to get the timing right, but it's a pretty good battle system regardless. But the story's really good. I think the graphics are pretty good for its time, and you can also name every character that you come across, or that you put in your party. So like you could give them a bunch, and it's very generous with how long the name can be. So you could you could probably name one of your characters Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and it'd be fine with it.
Really?
Yeah, but yeah, it's a good game. And I kind of and with the series trademark recently being renewed, I kind of hope that they get at least like given like a port over to the PS5 or PS4 or whatever.
Yeah.
Alright, so anyway, moving on to a bunch of stuff that we haven't played.
Yeah, both Skyrim and Scars of Arcadia are games that I want to properly delve into at some point.
Mm-hmm. First the BioWare Sonic game.
Alright, finally, games that I played.
Oh yeah. Yes, I think I'd probably rank them the same. So I think they'd probably be like low A, high B games.
No, I think they're higher than that.
I think as RPGs they're fairly like simplistic, but I think it really gets by on its humor and its faithfulness to the source material, and they just play well. They just play well regardless, and they're hilarious.
Yeah.
Like even as someone who hasn't watched South Park for a really long time, I thought it was hilarious.
Uh-huh. Super Mario Ho RPG. I have not played it, but I want to. Have you played it?
No, I never played it. I hear it's good.
Yeah. Super Neptune.
I haven't played it, but want to. I have it. I haven't played it yet.
Okay. The Tales series.
Tales of Berseria. I haven't played it, but I want to.
Yeah, definitely want to play that. Symphonia Dawn of the New World. I have not played enough to actually rank this properly, but I've really liked what I played so far.
Mm.
And I think Symphonia will be the same once I get around to that.
Mm.
Vesperia.
I haven't played it.
Will be also on the eventually play. Same for Zestiria.
Mm-hmm.
I try to remember. I will
play Time and I'm playing Time and Eternity.
Yeah.
So I'm familiar with that game. And honestly,
you've been going for almost 2 hours.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware. And we're almost done. I'm in terms of Time and Eternity, I'd probably give it a very high C rank. It's definitely not a great game, but I think it has an appealing visual style. I don't know if you've ever seen gameplay footage of it.
Yeah. Where
it's like 3D backdrops, but your character is 2D animation. And you're even when you're controlling the character, it's a 2D character running around a 3D field. And it actually I thought it looks pretty cool for its time. But the battle system, it's very monotonous. It's not hard, but it's very monotonous. And the story is very like simple like anime stuff. I do like how it kind of pulls the rug out from under you at the start, because you name your male character like whatever you want to name him as, but you don't play that character. Like your character ends up like getting killed and turned into a dragon, and so you're controlling his wife for the game. But that's like the most clever thing that it does. Other than that, it's just like kind of like a simple story, but your character is like super perverted, so you have to play a perverted dragon for this. So your character is a perverted dragon for the majority of the game, which is kind of funny. But I'm enjoying playing it. It just I can see why other people did not have a good time with it. Pokemon Mirage Sessions, I think, is a very underrated game. I would personally put it in the A ranking.
I still need to play it. I'm planning on getting the Encore edition for Switch.
Mm-hmm. Like I love the story. I love the graphics. I love the sound. The soundtrack is probably one of the best soundtracks I've heard in the JRPG. And yeah, it's just a very pleasant game to play. Alright, so...
Tokyo Xanadu. I've played part of this game. I need to get back to it.
Now we got some more Legend of Heroes games.
And since you haven't played the Sky Trilogy, I'll just rank them myself.
Yeah, that's fine. So then we have the Cold Steel games. Yeah, A works. Yeah, don't disagree.
Anyway, while I was silently doing that, let's go over this one game at a time. Well, I'll try to speed round it, but yeah. Hold on.
Yeah.
Just give me a second. Alright. Trails in the Sky was a great, would have been a great introduction to the series had I played that first, but I played Cold Steel 1 instead. Revisiting Sky 1, 2, and 3, the only reason why I'd say Sky is like nowhere near as good as a second chapter or third is because the gameplay was not as workable, I guess. I don't know. It was the first in a new sub-series, and I kind of expected it to be a little off for a bit. But the reason why it's not any lower is because Estelle and Joshua, along with the rest of the characters' writing, is pretty fucking on point, and Estelle's jokes, well, her commentary is just glorious. The story in second chapter was very engrossing, and I wish I played more of it sooner. And the third is essentially the main reason why it's up there is because it doesn't fix what isn't broken, and it adds the doors that lead to pretty nice supplementary material. I played Cold Steel. The reason why it's not any higher is because of the somewhat limited magic that gets fixed in Cold Steel 2. And then Cold Steel 3, 2 adds in stuff like Lost Arts and the Overdrive system, which are both I wish were in Cold Steel 3 and 4, but it's fine that they're not there. 3 fixes some of the magic system, and then 4 is just the best game ever made. Yeah, it's just the best game ever made.
It's the best game ever made. You know, no big deal.
Yeah, I played it when it launched, and then I replayed it a few months later, and I'm quite confident in my decision to call it the best game I've ever played.
Cool. Very nice.
I mean, if Zero and Azure try to dethrone that, then I give them every right to attempt to do that.
They can try.
They'll most likely just end up in high A or low S.
Yeah, not a bad place to end up in.
But yeah, just like I highly recommend getting into Sky, second chapter, third, Cold Steel 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then the Crossbow games when they come out. You're the one who introduced me to the franchise. While I go through all these games that we're never going to play, why don't you go into that story?
Well, I mean, I was just, I think it was like shortly after Persona 4 Golden, and I played through that like a billion times. I was looking for games that were like it, or where it's like, you know, school vibe, like, you know, and it's just like friendship simulator and all that stuff. With a grander story within, and so I was looking around, and I was seeing a lot of recommendations for Trails of Cold Steel, and so I bought the Vita versions of Cold Steel 1 and 2, and I was enjoying them, and then I think that was probably around the time I was recommending them to you, or maybe when they're starting to get ported to PC. That's when I started recommending them. But I didn't like fully like play 1 and 2 until they were ported over to the PS4, and then that's when I played them, and really put myself into playing them, and I had like a really good time playing them.
I'll put it this way: I loved Cold Steel 1 so much, I immediately bought Cold Steel 2 as soon as it finished.
Yeah, and so. But I think it was because I played 1 and 2 like nonstop that I've been continually spacing myself out on 3 but it's been a pathetically long time since I started 3 and haven't finished it yet. I'm almost at the end. I'm like literally on the last chapter. I have like the trophies I need, that I've completed all of the side quests and everything like that. And so I'm literally at the exit sign, but haven't walked through that door yet.
And it's been frustrating me to no end because I want to talk about Cold Steel 4.
Wild Arms games, I would probably put them in. Haven't played but want to.
Are they even RPGs?
They are. I have the first 2 on my PS3, but I haven't played them yet.
Undertale.
I haven't really had an inkling to want to play it. or like the Xeno saga, pretty much.
Uh-huh.
So let's see. It all started with Xenogears. I haven't played it, but want to. I have it on my PS3. Xenosaga Episode 1, I played through completion. I would probably give that like a low A. It's a good RPG, but you know the art style is a little takes a little bit of time to get used to. It's like kind of cutesy, but the game itself is very like dark.
Yeah.
But it has a good gameplay, and I enjoyed it. Xenosaga Episode 2, I would put in B. They changed the art style kind of for the worse, and also the combat system isn't as good or as intuitive, and so but I think that as a story it's good. Xenosaga 3, I haven't played but want to, but unfortunately it's super expensive to get the third game. It's like now for Xenoblade Chronicles. Xenoblade Chronicles, I would put in A rank. I'm like that's another game I'm getting closer to the end on. I want to get it done before Xenoblade Chronicles 3 comes out. Very much enjoying it.
I need to go and play that in 2.
Yeah, like in Xenoblade Chronicles X, which actually comes before 2. It's another game I still need to finish, but I probably put it in A as well. And then, but Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Torna are go to S rank.
Which
I know people like frown upon JRPGs having a bunch of anime stuff in it, and honestly, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is kind of the king of going full anime, where it's power of friendship and copious amounts of fan service and misunderstandings of various humor, various like goofy humor, but also also goes into darker territory. But people are like so hung up on the character designs that they don't really pay attention to anything else, which is kind of a shame. But I think it's a very well done game, and I spent like hundreds of hours on it, and I love it.
Yeah, I need to really play it,
Mm-hmm.
but I need to play Xenoblade 1 first.
Right.
And there we go.
And there you go. Surprisingly, there was no game that ended up in the F tier.
Finally, we did it.
We did it.
Fortissimo, we did it. We did it. Oy.
Only took 3 hours.
No, 2 hours, 8 minutes, really.
Oh, okay.
I'm surprised. But yeah,
Oh, yeah,
we'll try to keep ones like this for special occasion only.
Yeah. Well, I think if we did this like almost immediately after the previous one, we would have been burnt out a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Luckily, we had the break in between.
Yeah. All right. Well, for now, that's all we got. We'll probably come up with more later, or we'll just discuss something else. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But for now,
We'll figure it out.
For now, this is Blah 6.
And this is Equestron.
Signing out. Good night.
Goodbye.